Hello, my name is Callum and this is my Assessment 2 video focusing on decimal and numeration operations in AEB 1250. So the grade I'll be focusing on is Level 3, or Grade 3. I've listed the objectives from the Australian curriculum following on decimals, which is model and represent unit fractions including a half, a quarter, a third, a fifth, and their multiples to complete a whole. Decimals are just another notation for fractions, specifically for tenths, hundredths, and other powers, often parts of a unit. Thus, basic to understand decimals is understanding these fraction parts, an understanding that you should help students build when you're developing the meaning of fractions. Another learning theory. The Australian curriculum recommends that during the early and middle years of primary education, the focus should be developing the meaning of fractions as equal parts of a whole or equal parts of a set. This will be focused more within the learning activity following. So misconceptions. The two main incorrect behaviours exhibited by students when asked to compare a set of decimal numbers are longer is larger, which is choosing the decimal with the most digits after the decimal point at the largest, and shorter is larger by choosing the decimal with the smallest digits after the decimal point as the largest. Some prior knowledge. Prior understanding should include that the students being able to recognise and describe one half as one of two equal parts of a whole. That's the foundation level. Also being able to recognise and interpret common uses of halves, quarters, and eighths of shapes and collections. That's level 2 and 3. Okay, so my learning activity that I'll be doing today is that one of them will be learning to model and recognise. So I'll give the students a circle that it says a half, so they have to colour in the half, and it's a good representation and a model for the students to go off. And there'll be 1/3, get them colouring a third. Then there'll be a quarter, so 1/4. And it's a good activity for students that have no background or prior knowledge to it. Then there'll be a fifth, and then you'll see students counting them. They can't do it by sight yet, but they'll learn that throughout the year. Then for the more advanced students, 1/6. I wouldn't expect all students to get 1/6 yet. Okay, so that brings us to our second activity, which shows a coloured in half circle. So that will be a half, then the coloured in fifth, coloured in 3/4. So what this is, it's basically the same activity, however, it gives the students a more advanced and deeper understanding within the content. And then you flip over, it's the same thing. It just gives the students their reassurance that they're doing the right thing. And with this activity, it caters for all students because it ranges from difficulty to difficulty. So the justification for our activities we just learnt then is by first having the students colour in the circles gives them a sound understanding of what the decimal/fraction looks like, as this is a model that gives the students a recognisable model or visual cue when recalling decimal fraction. Another justification is the second activity that follows on from this concept of shared decimal fractions, as it prompts the students to answer all the questions, however in more depth, so they have a more sound and deeper understanding of the content. Remember the Australian curriculum? This activity addresses this as the modelling and representing a half, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth. So thank you guys for watching my video on decimal numeration operations for level 3.